So I got my hands on the most innovative electric nail file out there in the market right now. This is the Gelish IQ Go file, the smart electric file. So what makes this electric file a smart electric file? Well, that's because of these three little buttons on the top here. These three little buttons that are numbered 1, 2, and 3, those are programmable RPM presets. So you can preset your RPM to whatever you like. But that's not all of the smart features. You got a power button here on the side that also acts as a pause button. You also have a forward and reverse button. You press and hold the power button and the unit turns on. You'll see it turn blue. We're at 0 RPMs. We could turn our dial and that's going to move it in 1000 RPM increments. Now let's go ahead and insert a new bit into this handpiece. We're going to put it in the unlock position and you'll see it's clearly labeled on the handpiece what is unlocked and what is locked, and there's an arrow right there on the grip to let you know what position your handpiece is in. We're going to go ahead and insert our bit. Now, Gelish does make some amazing bits. They are made in the USA. This one has a red piece that protects the handpiece from getting any dust in it. So now I'm going to show you guys how to use these presets. So you got 3 of them up there. You can turn the dial. I want my number 1 preset to be at 1000 RPM. I will just hold that number 1 preset button until the number flashes. Now it's saved and it's going to be that way. Whether someone hits the dial, changes it, it's always going to remember that as 1000 RPM. So I like to have my presets as number 1 at 1000 RPM, number 2 at 2000 RPM, and number 3 at 25,000 RPM. Another one of the smart features this unit has is the power button. It also acts as a pause button, which you can just tap on the power button and it will pause and you can change out your bits. For those that are left-handed, there's a forward and reverse, and that button's right below the power button. It'll also show on the smart display. Now on to the charging of this unit. This unit also uses smart charging, which means you can use the unit while it's charging at the same time. Now you can charge from the dock or you can charge directly to the unit. There's also a USB-C on the dock. Now this USB-C is a power out only, which means you can charge devices such as your client's phone or your own phone or an iPad or anything that uses a USB-C. Now, this handpiece is extremely durable. It uses a brushless motor, so there's no metal on metal rubbing parts, which means your unit is going to be lasting much longer than normal units. You're also going to have much less vibration from this handpiece. And this cord that connects from the power to the handpiece is also very different. It's not going to be like your traditional pigtail coil cord, which always gets stuck on stuff for some reason. This one is straight, and it needs to be straight to communicate the power and the demands from your power supply directly to the handpiece. And when you unplug the handpiece from the power supply, you'll see that there's an evenly spread amount of prongs. That way, it doesn't matter which way you put it in, it's always going to fit. This is a hybrid electric file, which means it's got enough power to be used as a desktop electric file or for those mobile techs as well. Now let's test out how well that acetone resistance is. We're going to go ahead and take some of our Morgan Taylor nail lacquer and accidentally get it all over our unit and to see if there's any blemishes when we clean this unit. Now I could use something gentler like a polish remover, but we're going to be a little more tough on this unit. We're going to take pure acetone and a lint-free wipe, and we're going to see if there's any dull spots or blemishes after we wipe this unit. Everything comes off nice and easy, just wiping it right off. And we're not noticing any blemishes. I'm going to bring this up a little closer so you guys can see it. But let's add a little more acetone on here and just start rubbing right on that unit. And let's see if it's going to mess it up. I'm guessing it's not. And one of the reasons why, guys, is because there's a special finish on this unit. And this special finish does not allow acetone to break down the plastic. Until now, there has never been an electric file quite like this one or quite as smart as this one. And we're going to show you guys how strong this unit is too. Let's power it up. We're going to hold down that power button. And we're going to roll that smart dial. With the smart display, it shows you everything you need to know about your unit. Whether you're on preset 1 through 3, forward and reverse, how many RPMs you're running, as well as what battery you're at. If you're low on battery, instead of blue, it will turn red. So I have a piece of acrylic here. This is pure acrylic, super strong, and we're passing through that with our drill bit, and the IQ is having no problem at all shaving this off, even when I put a little pressure on it. But the hardest one is when it's at 1000 RPM. And that's usually the toughest on the handpiece, is when you put pressure at 1000 RPM. And you'll see this is handling it just fine. I'm putting a little bit of pressure on that piece of acrylic and it still doesn't bog this unit down. I am super impressed with this unit. This unit is very impressive, and I'm sure the folks at Gelish know that because they're giving a 2-year warranty on this unit, and that's just unheard of in our industry. A couple other special things about this unit is that it switches automatically from 110 to 220. Great for those that are overseas, and it uses a lithium-ion battery, the same that we're using in our cell phones now. Another thing that Gelish did was make bits, and these are all safety bits and are made in the USA. Extremely high quality bits, perfect for the new IQ Go file.